If I were to ask you if you wanted more peace in your life, chances are you're going to say yes. I can't imagine asking anyone, said, you want more peace in your life? And you going, no, I don't want peace in my life. You're going to say, yeah, of course. But the thing is, as much as we'd like to have a mind like this, we tend to have minds that race like that. And when we think of the word meditation, we tend to go and think about this. The thing is, when we see this, we think complicated and complex, and we begin to think that meditation is something that only experts can do. But I want to tell you that meditation is actually quite simple. The purpose of it is to be simple, to uncomplicate things. And so what I'd like to do is share with you my meditative practices. One, meditation is simply about being mindful to the moment, of setting aside yesterday, setting aside tomorrow, setting aside even later today's agenda, to be simply still and to find peace in the moment so you can move with strength through the rest of the day. And so what I do before I do any kind of prayer, before I do any reading of scripture, before I do any journaling, I like to practice this to help me find peace, to be still and be present with God. And so there are three aspects of meditation I'd like to share with you, and one of those has some subcategories, so we'll get to that in a moment. But the first thing is time. You've got to have time to do this. If you are wanting peace in your life and you're not getting it now, that you're wanting something different than you have now, that means you have to do something different. That's the only way to find something different. You're doing everything perfectly to get the results you're getting now. So if you want something new, you got to do something new. So time, make a commitment to make time to do this. And I'm asking for 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes a day would be a great start into your journey of meditative prayer. And so if you set time, the other thing is to set time on a regular basis, to make it close to the same time each day. This helps the body adjust and to get into a rhythm. So set time to try to do the same time, whether it's first thing in the morning, the end of the evening, and whichever it was, find a routine. Remember, meditation, it can help reduce your stress, it can help reduce your anxiety, it can help lower your heart rate. It does all kinds of things that can benefit you and to help you be still. And so find the time. The second is space. Make a space in your house. And by making a space, it can be as simple as having a chair and a place of the house that doesn't make you stressed out. And so I have about 3 different places that I like to go to in the house. I try to go to the same place because, again, that routine helps my body adjust. And what I think in my mind is I'm going to this space to meet God. And it helps me get into a rhythm of one, seeing God as a person, and that this is a presence and a place I'm doing something specifically in. And so time and space. The third thing is the actual practice of it. To practice contemplation, to practice meditation. And so the idea is to still the mind, to find yourself in a place of where you're relaxed, that you can be attentive to your soul and to the presence of God. So what I like to do, this is in 2 different parts. The first is letting go, and the second part is receiving. So I like to take my hands, put them palm down on my knees, and the idea here is that I'm letting go. And I might say a little prayer of, God, help me to give you my agenda today. God, help me release my anxiety to you today. Whatever it might be, and just some little phrase, and then be still for about 1 minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes. And in this time, you want to still your mind. So the idea is to not think of stuff. Don't go through your grocery list. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. As soon as you say, I want to not think of anything, you're going to think of everything. That your agenda is going to come dancing in like a herd of buffaloes on a prairie. And it's going to drive you nuts. And what your tendency is going to be is to say, stop, I don't want to think about you. So suddenly you're not thinking about the thing that you're trying not to think about. And so you end up spending all your time thinking about the things you don't want to think about. What I'd like to tell you is to do this with your eyes closed. When you see that agenda, I need to buy more dog food. Acknowledge it. Yes, I see you. We'll deal with you later. And just kind of mentally scoot it aside. The next item comes. Yes, I see you. I need to pay that bill. We'll pay you later. And so you do this 3-4 times, your brain's going to get in the habit of going, oh wait, we're not ignoring this thing, we're going to deal with it, but not right now. The more you practice this, the easier it will become. And so one of the ways we can do to help our mind adjust is to do these 2 practices. One is the practice of listening, and the other is breathing. The listening skill is simply this. Take your ears, you leave them on, but listen to as far out as you can. It might be a car driving down the highway that's close to your house. And then you move in closer to the car that's going by your house, to the neighbor shutting their door, to maybe the dog scurrying in the other room, or the air conditioning coming on, or the fan above my head, or the breathing in my lungs, or to just the movement of my body, you're getting closer and closer to the ringing in my ears. The idea is you're moving yourself and you're focusing on something, and soon you'll realize you're tuning out all that other stuff. The method that I tend to do, the practice I tend to do, is that of breathing. What I like about the breathing exercise is, one, just by taking in deep breaths, you're breathing in a little bit more oxygen, you're opening your lungs up more, which will help you relax. And so you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And I do this in an 8 count. I do 4 counts in, 4 seconds in, then 4 seconds out. And the idea is to breathe out the nose. And what I like to do is to feel this on the top of my lip. To keep breathing until you kind of notice the breath on the top of your lip. Again, you're breathing on your lip all day long, all your entire life, and your lips gotten used to it, so it's not paying attention to it. But as soon as you focus on that, again, it helps take your mind to focus on something simple, uncomplicated, and it helps to still you. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. You do this for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you're comfortable. I'm telling you, do this with your hands down. Say, God, I want to give you my day. You breathe, your mind will rest, and after a minute or 2, you're going to turn over your hands. And then you say, Lord, let me receive your peace. And whatever it is that you need to receive from God. God, let me receive your presence today. And then breathe, or do the listening exercise. I think the breathing, again, is good. Do that for another minute or 2. And at the end of it, you kind of breathe your last breath. And you will notice a marked difference in your body and how you feel and how you're thinking, and then you're ready to read scripture, or to pray, or to move on to whatever's next in your day. I'm telling you, after you turn off this video, try that for at least 1 minute. Just put your hands down and do some slow breathing, quiet your mind, listen for the presence of God, and see what a difference it makes. Next time, we're going to talk about different ways of reading scripture. By that I mean the practice of Lectio Divina or St. Ignatius prayer. We'll look at praying with icons in another video, and we'll look at things such as SOAPy and the ACTS prayer, ACTS, and it'll all make sense in future videos. In the meantime, blessings and have a great day.